Well, we got some breaking news here. After 33 years, Game Informer is officially closing, shutting down, no longer making magazines. They're done. And, it really is the end of an era. Something that has been a long time coming. I'm someone who was a huge fan of Game Informer back in the day during my childhood and even into my early preteen years. I always looked forward to every month when my new Game Informer magazine would come in the mail, and I really loved it. I also was a big Nintendo Power guy as well. But, the writing has always been on the wall ever since the rise of online media, and I would say, honestly, for the past 20 years, the whole print magazine industry has just been in free fall. But Game Informer was one of the few ones that was still around, at least gaming magazines. And I don't think there really are too many magazines in general that are still going. I mean, they've pretty much all transitioned online. Game Informer tried to do that as well. They had, like, podcasts and news and all that kind of stuff. Based off of the way that this announcement has been worded and phrased, it seems like the entire Game Informer brand is done. I mean, we don't have, like, official confirmation as to that yet, but the magazine is done for. And I know they tried to digitize it, and as recently as, like, a couple weeks ago, I got an ad on my Facebook offering me whatever, like, a discounted price, like 50% off or whatever, for a yearly digital subscription to Game Informer, but I had no interest in that. I unsubscribed from Game Informer, I think, probably, like, by 2013, 2014. I was just kind of like, there's really no point in me having this magazine anymore when I just go online and get all my news, go on YouTube, watch video reviews and all that kind of stuff. So I, as someone who was previously a huge fan, I eventually just, stopped engaging with them, and I haven't read a Game Informer magazine in over a decade. It's amazing that they've survived this long, really, if you think about it. Because, like I said, they're really the only one around, like, that's still around, like, the big gaming magazines. Nintendo Power was another one. I remember there was official Xbox magazine. I think there was a PlayStation magazine, too. PC Gamer, do they still have that magazine? I know the website is still running. I don't know if the actual physical magazine is still a thing, though. Like, this is something I honestly don't know, because, like, I it's been many, many years since I've heard anyone, like, just talking about reading a magazine in general, never mind one specifically for gaming. It'd be interesting to see how much longer their parent company, GameStop, is going to be around, because if you asked me 10 years ago, how much longer does GameStop have, I would have said, like, 5 years tops. But they're still alive. A lot of it has to do with the whole stock craze and the meme stock and, all that stuff that's been going on. And apparently, like, people are hyping it up again. So a lot of capital coming into the company that otherwise wouldn't be there. It's just, like, pretty much for the meme and people trying to get rich quick kind of thing. For some reason, GameStop is the stock that people like. I think AMC is the other one. But I can't really say that I'm too sad, because it'd be kind of hypocritical for me to say that, right? Even though I have so many great memories, am I really sad that they're closing down? Because the fact that, like, I'm part of the reason why they are. People like me who have had them, who have had every magazine, read them year after year after year for so many years, and then just suddenly said, yeah, I have no reason to have this anymore. So, I kind of checked out of Game Informer 10 years ago. I think every now and then I would see, like, their articles come up, like, because they would do news articles, like, kind of like IGN sort of thing, and their stuff would come up every now and then, but they really weren't very relevant, even in the digital market, which is also struggling really hard. I mean, a lot of layoffs, a lot of people, a lot of companies closing down, like these digital media companies. It's rough out there. But if you're talking about physical print and even trying to digitize the magazine, you're not going to get anywhere with that. But, like, compared to IGN, GameSpot, whatever, Game Informer was never really that relevant of a media brand, and they haven't been for so long. I will say I do feel bad for all the people, the reviewers, the writers, and everyone involved that are now without a job. That is never an easy thing, and a lot of people's lives are going to be completely just uprooted, and like some people are going to be struggling because it's not necessarily an easy thing to find work in all the media, not just specifically video game media. You know, with all these YouTubers kind of just, you know, being independent and doing their own thing. Even someone like me that only really has like a very small amount of viewers, but think about all the channels like me that exist. We're still dividing up all the attention, you know, that people would get, like, you know, from video game news or whatever subject you're talking about, politics, sports, you know, like the fact that anyone can just now, you know, just have a microphone and they don't really need anything else, you know, basic editing skills, and they can share their thoughts in front of potentially billions of people, you know, and it's been going in this way. This is not a new thing. This has been that way for so long, but I think it's just, you know, they've been trying so hard to just stay alive. Eventually, though, they couldn't hold on any longer. Let me know in the comments section, what do you think about this news? I can't imagine anyone surprised by this. I think the surprising part is how long they were able to hold on. You know, GameStop, I feel like it's inevitable for them to shut down as well, like physical game stores, never mind magazines. I mean, it's amazing that these stores even exist anymore, because physical has just been a dying platform for many, many years, and I would say the next generation, we're just going to have completely discless consoles, and they're not even going to offer a disc option. I think that is a very real possibility at this point. But magazines have been irrelevant for even longer than that. So I don't really know if this news makes me, like, in of itself, makes me sad or makes me feel bad, because I haven't thought much of Game Informer over the past decade, like, not much at all. Never thought once about resubscribing and becoming a member again. Never crossed my mind once. But I always have fond memories of coming home from school and seeing the new issue of Game Informer come in the mail, and taking the magazine on road trips, reading it in the car, and also loving the artwork and just the style of the magazine. I thought it looked so beautiful, and the articles were so in-depth and informative. I felt like I was learning more about video games and about the industry, and it was something I actually loved to read up on, unlike the, you know, the stupid shit that I had to read for school that I wouldn't even read. I would just go on SparkNotes and cheat on all the tests. But yeah, so it's the end of an era. Rest in peace, Game Informer.